Hello, my name is Charlotte Eyre and I am the children's editor of the Bookseller, and I'm here to talk you through the shortlist for this year's Children's Fiction Book of the Year. The first book that I'm going to talk about is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, published by Macmillan's Children's Books. This book created a huge buzz on both sides of the Atlantic when it was published. It's a fantasy YA based on West African mythology. Our judges praised the book but also loved the way that the title was marketed and sold by Macmillan, and the author is a superstar in America and the UK. The next book is The House with Chicken Legs by Sophie Anderson. This is also a debut author, and this was Usborne's biggest selling fiction title of last year. Based on Slavic folklore, the book really captured the attention of readers with its wonderful storytelling, and it's been shortlisted for a whole range of awards, from the Waterstones Children's Book Prize and the Philip Carnegie Medal. Next up we have Head Kid by David Baddiel. This is a hilarious middle grade story about the naughtiest boy in school who swaps places with the head teacher and learns lots of lessons along the way. Sales of this book were 25% higher than Baddiel's previous children's book, netting him sales of 6 figures through Nielsen Bookscan, and it was the W.H. Smith's first ever children's book of the year. The fourth book that I'm going to talk about is The Skularks by Hilary and McKay, a really charming young fiction story about children growing up in World War I. The judges were really impressed about how the author moved agent and publisher, which re-energised her career. This won the Costa Children's Book Prize last year and was one of the best reviewed children's books across newspapers. David Walliams has dominated the children's fiction charts for a decade now, and this book, The Ice Monster, sold more than 600,000 copies in the UK and was the biggest selling children's book of 2018. The judges adored its funny story and praised the charming illustrations done by Tony Ross. Tracy Beaker is back. In this final book in our shortlist, a follow-up to the original Tracy Beaker story by Jacqueline Wilson, Tracy Beaker is now a grown-up and has a daughter of her own. Tracy gets a new boyfriend, but will this turn out to be the happily ever after for the family? The judges loved this book and said it was warm and charming.